An excerpt from Prince Silas, written and read by Freya Pickard. Earl stood with his back to the bole of a beech tree, hearing the leaves above his head rustle and whisper. He could feel the weight of the pack resting on his right leg and sensed Otter leaning against the trunk of a red pine. The darkness was not so heavy here at the tree line, and overhead stars flickered in a black velvet sky. To his right, a silver radiance grew with every minute as the moon rose. The grass beneath his booted feet was damp with dew, and behind him he could hear the grunt of badger, bark of fox, and shrill shrieks of dying rodents. He felt excitement run through his body. He was going to see Tari. He felt his sister emanate disgust at his eagerness to see the trove priestess again, and kept his thoughts private. Earl still wasn't clear on what had been happening at the Cather, as Otter had revealed very little. All he'd gleaned from her was that 2 nights before, Lorid had successfully contacted Otter to let them know they would soon leave Kiros. But first Lorid had to help free someone from prison. Not more than 2 hours ago, Otter had woken Earl to tell him that Lorid and Tari would meet them at the crossroads soon after midnight. Earl wasn't sure how he felt about Lorid and Otter communicating without speech together. Mind-to-mind conversation was something that he and his twin shared. He didn't want any other man entering Otter's mind, but if someone was to be in contact with her in that fashion, he supposed Lorid was trustworthy and decent. A pair of barn owls screeched their way over the open space that encompassed the crossroads, and Earl raised his head to see the bare tree to the north, all bent and twisted in the moonlight. He shivered as he recalled the murder he and Otter had witnessed. Something within him still grieved for the unknown men clad in grey uniforms who had been killed and buried so callously. Otter gave off another wave of impatience, and he realised he was no longer thinking on a tight, private thought. He felt once more the rift between them. His attack on his sister the previous autumn had forever changed them. She did not trust him completely now, and during his travels with Otter, Earl had realised how cold-blooded she was. Why had he never seen it before? Had she always been like that? Or had something changed when she'd started imitating the Kalings the previous winter? Had the strange contact with the cold-featured Kaling who pursued Otter through her thoughts during the summer months changed something fundamental in her personality? Earl had no answers, and he watched the shadows sharpen and deepen as the moon rose higher. Otter stirred, tilting her head to one side. 4 horses approach. Excitement shivered over his skin, and he pushed himself away from the beech bowl, reaching for his pack.